Which one is the best native advertising network when I want to start with native ads? Today in this video, we will take a look on my top 3 native advertising networks. And this is especially important for you when you want to start with native ads and when you want to ensure that your native advertising campaigns will be a great success. Hi everyone, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of Purple Black, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run profitable performance marketing campaigns on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola, Outbrain, MJD, Ref Content, and many more. In my past 10 years of experience with native ads, I found out it's extremely important in the beginning to choose the right network, because when we speak about native ads, there's not just one network, but there is a bunch of networks. There are bigger networks, smaller ones, international ones, local ones, specific ones for e-com, specific ones for lead gen. So there's a bunch of networks. It's important not to lose the overview here, but it's also important not to make it too complicated. So many people, when they start with native ads, they make the mistake that they start with 2 or 3 networks together. And this is extremely dangerous and expensive. Why it's dangerous? Because you will lose the overview and you will test things 2 or 3 times on the same more or less traffic. And on the other hand side, it's more expensive because in the beginning you have to test, and testing is expensive. So you will lose way more money instead of starting with one native advertising traffic source. Long story short, let's start directly into the content. So there are 2 big major native advertising traffic sources, and one is Taboola, the other one is Outbrain. Some of you maybe have still in your mind that they should be merged together, but this never happened. So they're competitors, but they're the 2 largest native advertising traffic sources with the biggest publisher selection, with the best publisher selection, with the best algorithms, if you can call it so far, because when it comes to native ad traffic sources, the algorithms are not really that, or they're not really algorithms to call them algorithms like you might be used to it from ChatGPT or so, or from Meta or Google. So their algorithms are way behind, but when it comes to native ads, their algorithms are the best in class algorithms. But the most important thing is here they have a lot of publishers and they have a good quality of publishers. So therefore, my recommendation in the beginning is always to start with either Taboola or Outbrain. Very important here, don't start with a smaller traffic sources. So this will bring you more pain in the ass and it will be way more complicated to get this profitable. So start with one big traffic source. You can choose Taboola or Outbrain, doesn't matter. Afterwards, if you start with one traffic source and you try the things there, you test the things there, and you make your funnel more and more profitable, then you can take your winning funnel. Let's say you started with Outbrain, then you can take your winning funnel and duplicate the winning funnel with all the learnings included already into Taboola. In the majority of cases, this will work because you had the experiences, you had the learnings already in the other account for more or less the same quality of traffic. Therefore, I mentioned a bit earlier, there is no point to test the things in parallel because you will lose money on Taboola and you will lose money on Outbrain until you reach the point of break even or profitability. Important here to understand is that native ads is not day trading, especially if you don't spend 40 or 50 grand per day. So important here is to know, okay, I have one traffic source and I want to make this profitable. So you can spend on the traffic source like Outbrain or Taboola easily 8 grand, 10 grand per day profitable without thinking even about a second traffic source. So there's no need of a second traffic source. This is very important because many of you, they have in mind, okay, if I have now 3 or 4 grand on one traffic source, I have to scale to the other traffic source, but you don't even scale on one traffic source. Therefore, it's no point to scale already on the other traffic source. Important here to understand. Also, keep it simple. It's no point to overcomplicate the things and create different funnels or crazy account structures. Go straight forward, scale on one channel, scale on one traffic source. As mentioned already, you can easily scale with Outbrain or Taboola to 10, 15, 20 grand per day. Afterwards, of course, if you're a more established brand and maybe you're hiring an agency or so, then it makes sense to split the amounts into different traffic source account, Outbrain Taboola or Taboola and MJD or Outbrain Ref Content, whatever. There are different combinations, but this makes more sense if you have a dedicated team for this or if you hire an agency like us. I also promised you to tell you a bit more about the smaller traffic sources here. And yes, there are a bunch of different small native advertising traffic sources. Some of them are specialized in some things like e-commerce or lead gen or solar or whatever, and some of them not. And yeah, even if you're going to dating, there are some dedicated traffic sources here for native ads. But this is not the topic for today. Today, we'll speak about the smaller traffic sources and when it makes sense to use them. So they don't have definitely not the reach or the high quality publishers like Taboola or Outbrain. But, and there's a huge but. So it doesn't mean always because Taboola and Outbrain have the big names like MSN or so, that they always work better. Sometimes even the smaller publishers working from a profitability side way better than the big publishers. The downside here is unfortunately just that you're unable to scale this like crazy, you know. On a page like on a publisher like MSN, I can put easily 20 or 30 grand per day without any problem. If I have a small publisher on MGID, for example, I'm unable to place their 30K in, at least it does not make any sense. So that's a bit the pain in the ass. So when you start with a smaller traffic source, it's more, you need more profitable publishers to scale it up. Very important to understand. And as you know from my videos here, native is a scaling channel. So if you just want a bit play around, then native is definitely a time waste. Native makes always sense if you want to scale up, if you want to scale profitable, if you want to get a lot of money. Before we continue with the video, a little break because I need your help. So we started this YouTube channel here a long time ago already, and we are the largest channel on YouTube when it comes to native ads. But in order to make these videos here, I need your support. I would extremely appreciate now if you give me a thumbs up on this video and if you comment what is your favorite traffic source so far when it comes to native ads. This will help us to continue creating such valuable content and to grow our content and reach more people to show them the power of native ads. Thank you very much. So the smaller networks, they're sometimes great, especially when it comes to profitability. So we have a lot of small networks attached to our brands because we see if you do this correctly, this can bring a ton of margin, especially. Maybe you don't have here the largest numbers on a scale, but you have the largest numbers or sometimes pretty large numbers on a margin base. And our setup usually looks like this. We have one big traffic source, Taboola or Outbrain, and then we attach one or two smaller traffic sources like MJD, ref content or whatever. And this in combination gives us this superpower because we can shift the budgets a bit between left and right, forward and backward, how we need us at this day or at this week. That's one thing. And the other thing is we can see where we have the most margin of. We can compare the audiences, also compare with the right tracking in the background, which is very important, by the way. You can also see, okay, from which network I have the highest AOV. And with this, you can also decide where is the best quality, where the best qualities of purchases are coming from. So this in-depth analysis doesn't make sense in the beginning, but this makes sense if you're already more advanced and if you want to see and analyze your funnel on detail to also see where the leveraging effects, where the things you can change to leverage your outcome and your profits. And when it comes to my favorite traffic sources so far, then I can definitely tell you it's Taboola, Outbrain, and MGID. So those are my three favorite traffic sources, sometimes because of the publisher, sometimes because of the people. So there's a bunch of, it's a personal experience or a personal opinion just, so don't take this for real. But this is my honest opinion about the traffic sources here. And of course, the other one, they're not bad, you know, sometimes they're great, but maybe we just didn't figure it out correctly or so. So that's the thing here. By the way, a personal recommendation here, always before you start with an account somewhere, reach out to the people. Try to speak with someone from the network because they can usually help you and provide things like blog lists, account lists, or whatever. But this is way, way better than just start with a self-service account. So it doesn't matter with which account or with which traffic source you want to start. Always, before you set the ads live, always reach out to the people there, try to speak with someone in order to help you and try to get out the most benefit of you. So ask them for whitelists, blacklists, different pricing structures, whatever. They usually have some options about this. I hope you liked that video. If so, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a thumbs up and of course when you subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to receive an update when I upload a new video here on YouTube about nothing but native. Have a good one. See you next time.